You know, yesterday was a really exciting time in the high school coaching rankings.
Yep.
When the guy that you mentor and you coach is the face of being politicized for NIL, for name, image, and likeness at high school. So it's a very interesting world we have going on down here. So all good though.
Well, you guys are way above my head on this one. What are we talking about?
FHSA. So name, image, and likeness, obviously, everybody is the boogeyman that everybody's afraid of in college football. And only in America do I have a saying called MFTK, which 90% of the legislation and the things that we do is the literal interpretation of what MFTK stands for. Most of it's not mentoring, and it's definitely not for the kids. But FHSA passed the bylaw making it open for high school kids to be able to get basically marketing deals. It hasn't taken full effect yet. It has to pass the Board of Education. It will pass. But July 1st, we should have open season for kids being able to go search, get marketing deals. And now everybody's concerned about have we been teaching capitalism properly, which is basically how I interpret it, is have we been teaching capitalism to our young people properly? And what about the kids? Or as a high school coach, is the politicized part is we're fighting a battle. I said we. I'll be honest with you. Whatever the increase is, now that kids get name, image, and likeness, I'm going to buy a kid. I need a kicker at Mandarin. So if we can get a kicker and my stipend goes up, I'm going to take my stipend and put it toward getting a kicker. But that's a joke, kind of a tongue-in-cheek joke. But coaches are trying to get more money. Teachers are paid not good in general in the state of Florida, but it's two different arguments and sets of money that people are trying to combine to have this. And I said my kid was involved in it. Now we've got people making, like, saying my kid has contracts, not my kid personally, but like the kid I coach, he has contracts and they're putting values on the deal. And he's at practice. He's like, Coach, I don't know what any of these people are talking about, man. Like, I haven't signed anything. I haven't gotten the first check from anybody. And it's again, the more I'm in having recruiting, the more I get into media, the more I hear people talk about things that they don't know what they're talking about, the more I'm starting to believe 4 or 5 with fake news. Like, it's just, you can make anything go the way you want it to go.
Oh, there's no doubt. People are going to paint it in a way that fits for their narrative, and they don't mind even if they know or regardless, as long as it comes off good in that tweet. But it's funny you said that about one of the players you coach and everything, because they used kind of LaDarion Clarity here in Pensacola area with his kind of big rise lately. WEAR3 News did a whole special, went over there to Escambia and talked to him. And he came out and said, he was like, look, my dad, a couple of weeks ago, we found out this was coming through. He's already taken the class to be ready to help me out, and talked about all the great things he'll do to help the committee. But it's very interesting. We could talk about how this could possibly change high school football, the coaches, the players, the whole 9 yards. But I thought that was a pretty good name to bring up. I believe he's going to be here this weekend along with about 6 or 7 other pretty big names. I've been telling you guys about Flaherty for a long time, but he got that official visit. He got the offer, and now, starting to move up into that next level of guys, move up the board at Florida State. I believe with him being here this weekend, like, if I'm right about that, you could see a chance where he come out and named a leader, or could possibly get a commitment from him. He's grown about 1 inch since I started talking about him a couple months ago. He's up to 6 foot. So getting a little bit more into Pat Surtain's height range, and there's just not that much skill. There's not a giant group of super tall safeties and stuff this year. So look out for him in that NIL game, and then also the group of official visitors for this weekend for sure.
So I take it that the big roadblock legally toward these athletes pursuing marketing deals at the high school level in the past was that they were amateurs, therefore that they couldn't benefit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just that. It was the roadblock is the definition of amateur as described by the NCAA. So, and that hadn't overly changed yet, but now it's kind of like, now with all of the cases, now it's a states' right issue. And so each state has been able to do it. We've seen it in Georgia. I believe Georgia has it, Texas, California, Missouri. Nothing out of the realm. Like, as a high school coach, like we do at Mandarin, we do a really good job. We raise about $150,000 annually just for the football program through different things, and that's hard. So I say that to say is nobody's just jumping in to pour millions and millions of dollars into athletics. Now, what will suck, but I think this is the only saving grace. Like collectives can't join in. Like you can't. That's still illegal. So like, let's say like use a kid, Tramel Jones Jr. Tramel Jones battles in because he's committed to Florida State or any other school. Can't just go in and say, "Here you go, Tramel. Here's $1,000," because he's still not a part of that Florida State entity. So like, we have to, like, a lot of the stuff is just like. But that being said, Tramel Jones wins the Elite 11 if Elite 11 has perks like a Powerade thing, sponsorship or something like that, or like how DJ Lagway just won Gatorade Player of the Year. That's at the University of Florida. Like if Tramel is able to do something like that, he could now go get an endorsement from Gatorade as long as it doesn't legally trip up any contractual obligations that we have at Mandarin High School. So those are some of the things that can happen. But ain't nobody just going around paying little boys not $1 million a year. So you ain't got to worry about it. Not yet.